Imagine a world where half the globe was a complete mystery, a blank space on the map labeled "Here be dragons." This was the world of Ferdinand Magellan, a man whose ambition was as vast as the uncharted oceans he dared to cross. In 1519, he stood before the young King Charles I of Spain, not with a simple request, but with a revolutionary vision. Unfurling his maps, he pointed to a phantom passage, a theoretical western route to the fabled Spice Islands of Indonesia, a route that, if it existed, would shatter all known geography and rewrite the rules of global trade. The prize, immense wealth and glory for Spain. The risk, everything. The king, captivated by the promise, gave his blessing. And so, the Armada de Malacca was born. In the bustling port of Seville, 5 ships, the Trinidad, San Antonio, Concepcion, Victoria, and Santiago were ready. Their hulls swelled with provisions. Their masts scraped the sky, and their crews, a motley collection of over 270 men from across Europe, buzzed with a mix of excitement and apprehension. They were preparing to sail off the edge of the known world, chasing a dream into the great unknown. As the shores of Spain vanished behind them, the true scale of their challenge began to unfold. The Atlantic was not a gentle highway, it was a raging beast. Vicious storms descended upon the small fleet, tossing the wooden ships like toys. Masts cracked, sails tore, and the constant, bone-chilling dampness seeped into the men's spirits. Fear began to curdle into resentment. The Spanish captains, already wary of their Portuguese commander, whispered of mutiny. Tensions finally erupted in the desolate bay of San Julian in Patagonia. A full-blown rebellion broke out, a desperate struggle for control thousands of miles from any authority. Magellan, with ruthless determination, crushed the uprising, executing and marooning the ringleader. His authority was re-established, but the fleet was forever scarred. Pressing south, they found what they were looking for, a treacherous, winding waterway that would later bear Magellan's name. This was no open channel, but a labyrinth of icy fjords and violent currents. The smallest ship, the Santiago, was wrecked in the unforgiving waters. Then, a greater blow. The Santonio, carrying a huge portion of their supplies, secretly turned back, its crew abandoning the mission and deserting their comrades. With just 3 ships left, Magellan made a fateful choice to push forward into an ocean no European had ever crossed. Emerging from the strait, they were greeted by an ocean so vast and calm, Magellan named it the Mar Pacifico, the peaceful sea. But this peace was a cruel deception. For 99 agonizing days, they saw nothing but an endless expanse of blue. The sky above, the water below, and no sign of land. Their food rotted and ran out. What was left was infested with maggots. The water turned putrid. Scurvy, the dreaded plague of the sea, ravaged the crew. Their gums swelled, their teeth fell out, and their bodies were covered in sores. Desperation drove them to unimaginable lengths. They gnawed on the leather wrappings of the masts, which they had to soak in the sea for days just to soften. They hunted the ship's rats, selling them for a fortune. Men wasted away, their bodies too weak to even stand, their minds lost to delirium. Dozens perished. Finally, after an eternity of suffering, they spotted land the island of Guam, and soon after, the Philippines. Here, they found fresh food, water, and a temporary reprieve. But Magellan, emboldened by his success and driven by a fervent desire to convert the locals, made a fatal miscalculation. He waded into a local conflict, confident his European armor and weapons would ensure a swift victory. At the Battle of Mactan, he led a small force against a much larger group of native warriors. The attack was a disaster. Pinned down on the beach, Magellan was overwhelmed. He fought to the last, a defiant captain consumed by the very world he had sought to conquer. Magellan was dead, his grand vision seemingly buried with him on a remote Philippine beach. The expedition was in shambles. The survivors, now leaderless and demoralized, were forced to burn one of the remaining ships, the Concepcion, as they no longer had enough men to sail it. Command eventually fell to Juan Sebastian Elcano, a former mutineer who now faced an impossible task. Get the last two ships, the Trinidad and the Victoria, home. They finally reached the Spice Islands, the original goal of their journey, and loaded the Victoria with a precious cargo of cloves. But the journey was far from over. The Trinidad attempted to sail back across the Pacific and was lost. Elcano, now commanding the lone Victoria, made a daring decision. He would not retrace their steps. Instead, he would continue west, gambling on a race across the Indian Ocean and around Africa, sailing through Portuguese-controlled waters where they would be treated as spies. It was a grueling, clandestine voyage. Starvation returned, and more men died. They sailed for months, constantly on the brink of disaster, their ship leaking, their bodies failing. Finally, on September 6, 1522, nearly 3 years after they had departed, a ghost ship limped into a Spanish harbor. It was the Victoria. On board were just 18 skeletal survivors of the original crew of over 270, had been to the other side of the world and back. They brought with them a cargo of spices, but their true treasure was the knowledge they carried. They were the first humans to ever circumnavigate the globe, offering the final, irrefutable proof that our world was round. Their journey forever changed our understanding of the planet, completing the map and proving that even the most audacious dreams can be realized. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like and subscribe for more epic stories.